Hello, everyone. Ignore that. We tried to count down, but I stuttered at 2 because I was trying to count and press buttons at the same time, and then realized that I can't multitask. I can either count or press buttons. I can't do both. But hello, welcome back to episode 27 of our vampire adventure. It's nice to be here. It's nice to have so many people back. I am really looking forward to tonight, just because chaos, and we did things last session that were chaotic. And it is my mission to just try and sneak another Bayonetta reference in somehow. I just don't know how we're going to do it.
You did it unknowingly.
We did it unknowingly.
Lisa did it unknowingly.
Unknowingly.
The other night.
We unknowingly walked into it. So now I want to purposely walk into it.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'll stop introducing myself. My name is Hedge. I use he, him pronouns. I can find all over the internet at Hedgehawk UK. Mostly Blue Sky now. Let's be honest. No one really uses the Hell site anymore. I don't really use Blue Sky much either. I'm trying. The last thing I posted was how I realized that whenever I see the Camarilla symbol, my mind auto defaults to the Crash Bandicoot relics because they look kind of similar. And now I can't stop making that association. So now I keep thinking about what type of, are we dealing with a platinum, gold, or sapphire Camarilla? Anyway, that was my random late night thought last night. I really have got to stop posting those. In terms of announcements, it's the last day in a bit that our Hunter casting call for January is going to be open for. If you check out our Twitter or our Blue Sky or our Discord, there is a link to the sign-up form if you want to throw your hat in for that. Going to start mid-January, he says. Open to scheduling because, well, scheduling. It's the death of any show / game / table. Aside from that, I've got nothing. Let's let everyone introduce themselves. Let's start with Anna.
Hi, I am Anna O'Reilly. I use them pronouns, and I'm definitely human, just not tonight, because tonight I'm playing a vampire called Dominic, who is a cative, he, they pronouns. Yeah, I wasn't here last session, so I don't know what the fuck happened. I didn't have time to watch the VOD. But I heard things. But I heard things, so apparently the internet's down, so that's great. I'm sure Dom has no issues with that at all. As for other things, me anywhere at Peculiar Planets. I'm on pretty much every social media that includes Blue Sky. I'm on there a lot now. And on Tuesdays, new episodes drop of a podcast called Twilight's Edge, which is a Pathfinder 2nd edition podcast where we play the Council of Thieves campaign, which was originally made for 1st edition. And I am playing in that campaign, and it's really fun, and I think everyone should listen on your whatever podcast platform you're on. Other things, this is farther away. It's on the 6th of December. We're playing Dark Waters again over at Panzer Tables, which is a D&D campaign. But the past 2 episodes, we had 2 sessions last week. I'm still recovering, so go check out those VODs if you want trauma. And yeah, that's it for me.
Wait, you get trauma?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Go talk to Tan. I want to beat his ass up. If you hear this, I love you, but I hate you.
That's the best kind of relationship you can have with your GM. I love you, but I hate you.
Yeah.
That's how you know you've done a good job. Let's go to Inez.
Why would you do that? I just got confused by music all of a sudden playing in my ears.
No, that's fine. I was there thinking, I can see Inez spacing out.
How dare you? So how dare you? So fuck you. Okay. Anyways, hi everyone. My name is Inez. I use she, her pronouns, and I am your succubus girlfriend with your consent. Tonight, as of all nights, I will be playing Mr. Valerian Bayonet, our Ventru family man, I guess. God, I guess that's T. Yeah. What? What? What am I doing? Who am I? Who are you? Where am I? What's going on? Oh yes, announcements. I have none. Well, maybe just watch my Blue Sky pretty closely in these coming weeks a little bit. Yeah, over there I'm at XX Succubus Jeff XX. On other platform it might be Succubus Jeff. My face is it's everywhere. It's very easy to find me. I'm so flustered. We should go. We should go.
We should be what? I don't know. I like flustered.
No, I think we should go. I think. Don't look at me
all right,
anymore.
it's fine. It's fine. You're good. Fine. We'll move on. To lastly but not leastly, Blue.
Hi, I'm Blue. The energy in the room tonight is whack. I don't know where this is going. I'm genuinely curious to see where this goes. You can find me on the internet at Sanguis Blue. I'm highly amused at how we are gonna date this video by the constant talk about like the death of Twitter and Blue Sky and stuff. Like when people are watching this back, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this was then, right? I see."
Yes.
I am here to play Leto, who is a Malkavian, and everything's fine.
I mean, I don't think anything's ever not fine for Lisa.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about
everything.
it.
Everything. Truly everything.
Everything.
You know,
Liar.
you can't be stressed if you just chill about everything.
No.
No, we've already covered what my catchphrase for Leto is, and it's like you don't worry about things if you're delusional. So
It's fine. If anyone asks any probing questions, you just wipe their memory and make them say something else.
Exactly. So everything's fine.
Exactly.
Like I said.
Okay. Right. With all the intros done, I will run our little intro vid, and then we'll get back to what we did last session. See you in a second. Welcome back. Okay. Who wants to have a go at trying to do the insanity that was last session? I think we should make Anna do it.
I don't think we should.
I'll come up with something.
No,
No, I don't know.
I don't
Go
think
on,
we
Inez.
should. Yeah. Oh God, is that a good idea?
Sure.
You know what?
Let's see what the brain cells
Hey.
remember.
There's nothing going on between these eyes, and so this is gonna be fun. Let's see. Where did we even start? We started like after the night after the Aurora Borealis. There was an uproar about the internet being down, from Cassiopeia, who was extremely not amused with that. Actually, she hated that. And then I don't know, something like oh, I got a call from the Lord Chancellor after that. He wanted to come by with some interesting news. Turns out he didn't have interesting news at all. He had interesting views, that's for sure. Yeah, he was basically like, so some kind of Fey realm, I forget the name. It's like all open, and the group that you worked with is gonna go over there and they're gonna think democracy is gonna happen. Psych, bitch, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it for myself, and just, be the sovereign royalty over there, and they don't have any say, and fuck them. Yeah, Valerian wasn't very amused by that. Jumped across the table, forgot that maybe he had, like, I don't know, tools at his disposal, like a gun, or mesmerizing techniques. It would have been so much easier if he wouldn't just jump into things head first, which he was then reminded of by the fact that Leto came in with a very good mesmerize, and very, very well made sure that these people might leave with their king, and make sure that things are straightened out. Turns out they kill him. He's dead. So yeah, and then they tried to force the murder weapon onto us. I said, no. You know what? No, you take that. I'm good. I'm all good. Yeah, so he's dead. Lord Chancellor's dead. And there's just, now there's a vacuum of power there that someone's gonna take. Who knows? Who knows who? I don't know. Do you? I don't. Cass had an interesting phone call in the meantime of parents who insisted that she be turned, and that if I don't turn her, then they're coming over there to do it for me. Turns out they're already on their way. It's inevitable. They are at Calais. They are taking the boat. They are on their way. Very scary. Yeah. So that, and then after that, Leto and Kaz had a very interesting date night. Sure. They ate steak and went driving in Leto's McLaren. That she has, I guess, now. That's canon. A hot pink McLaren, which is very good and I love. Yeah, they had interesting conversations, and then they came home, and that's it. Or was there something else? Am I forgetting something after that? What happened?
That's the broad beats.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, good.
I mean, we forgot the amazing part where Valerian chastises Cass over what a healthy meal is.
Well, yes, she came home with marshmallows and bonbons, and that's it. I said last time I checked, this is not 3 meals a day. Last time I was a human.
See, I should have. See, I thought of a great comeback as I was lying in bed the night after. I was like, I should have just mentioned that. Yeah, well, you drink blood 3 times a day. I don't think you really have any recourse to tell me how to eat.
Okay, and I still do it 3 times a day, and it's healthy than what you're eating. So,
I love Cass and Valerian.
I hate her. No, I love her very much.
That's why you don't give me control of your NPCs.
Well, didn't have a
I
choice, did I?
changed them. Well, no, to be fair, you didn't. So let's put that on. There we go. 1 second. Right. Unfortunately, I still have this persistent cough. Because it will not go away. So if I have to mute the mic very quickly, I do apologize.
That's odd.
That's the wrong dark ambient. It's that dark ambient.
No, we want Dark Ambience Part 2.
They're both called Dark Ambient 2, okay? One's in brackets, one's without brackets. And I can't remember which one's which.
That's
I
great.
can't remember which is the one I want, which one I don't like. Look, whenever you do a show, make sure you name the tracks and you'll remember in retrospect.
I keep saying this to you.
Yeah, I feel like this
And you keep
conversation has
ignoring it.
happened before.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Look, I've just got Dark Ambient 2, Dark Ambient 2 in brackets, Sad Business, Sad Moment, Sad Violin, okay?
Sad business.
I don't even
Sad
know what
Business
Sad
is
Business
good.
is.
Valerian.
That's exactly. That's Valerian. Valerian is sad business. God.
So, everyone went back to their respective train carts, beds, what have you, for the night.
Dom went home apparently.
Yes, Dom,
But, yeah.
Dom went home. Dom had a night off. I mean, to be fair, so did my brain just went then.
Tristan?
So
Marcus.
did Marcus.
Marcus.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Tristan didn't have a night off. Tristan actually made a really, really good point and basically got glared at by Valerian to the point
got
where
removed.
Lito had to push Tristan back
Yeah.
into his carriage before
Yeah, was removed
Valerian
from the
did
conversation.
something. Yeah, Tristan tried to get involved in the conversation several times. So every time he did, someone would push him back to his car.
Yeah, don't do that.
And be
Hey.
like, yeah, no, this isn't for you. So the day goes on as normal. A new night comes in. Yes.
Don't say yas.
Oh, no,
So-
I don't think look. Whenever Blue started with a giggle, you notice something's going wrong.
So I
So
wanna know where I
about
can-
that.
So I want to know where I can buy a rocket-propelled grenade launcher.
That's not her deal. That's Valerian's thing. So once everyone is asleep,
Mhm.
she's gonna sneak over to Cassiopeia and she is gonna take a drink. And then she's gonna go to bed.
Okie coke.
Now, why would you do that?
Yeah. Well, I
'Cause
think the
I'm
worst part
hungry?
is I don't think Cass minds.
But she's asleep.
She's asleep.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
but
specifically
still.
doing this when she's asleep.
Yeah, but still, if she finds out, I don't think she would mind from what I've seen.
Sure. She's asleep. She can't resist at all. Are you just taking the one hunger, the
Yep.
safe drink? Yep, that's fine. Yeah, you sneak in. Take a little drink from her. Seal the wound. Cass will be none the wiser you've done it. Except maybe feel a bit wheezy when she wakes up. You do notice that she is a bit restless. As you do your sort of standing in the corner, watching her for a little bit, until she settles down. She is restless, or at the very least in deep thought, while she's sleeping. But yeah, you're able to drink and sate one hunger fairly easily. See, that wasn't so bad, was it? It's the second time Blue raises her hand. You have to worry. But yes, Leto then heads off. We move forward. The Aurora Borealis is still around. This is night 3 of it being up. Technically the final night. Interestingly, it's still been going on during the day. You just can't see it very well during the day. So obviously sunlight drowns it out. The internet is still down. Valerian still can't figure out how much their stock is worth. Could be worth, you could be a billionaire, you could be a penniless man. And we'll never know. It's fine.
The worst for Dom is
Stop
that he
saying
doesn't send
that.
any memes to anyone, any TikToks
Nope.
to anyone. I think that's just a worst for him.
I mean, yeah, like Dom, like how is Dom taking no internet?
I think it was annoying at first. I think after that he just accepted it, and I think he just started. I guess I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think he started to try and make music, and then found himself struggling because remember he's at 5 humanity. And I think that's maybe the thing that he's tackling right now, where he's trying to figure out like, oh, how do I what's the matter? Like, why am I struggling?
They're just notes. It's logical mathematics. Why can't I make art out of beats and drums? I mean, you do get a text from Tristan. Well, you get a couple of texts. The first one is, just so you know, the internet's down.
Don't even check it. Hadn't noticed. Like...
And the second one is, probably good you didn't come down tonight. Leto and Val's sister went on a bit of a hot date, ?
Don't just reply, okay, ? Just, yeah.
And he just replies back with the words things. It literally just says things tense. He's not even using English now. Just things tense.
I think Dom just once again replies, okay, ? I don't think nobody here just says like, okay, what do you want me to do with this information? But
yeah, you just get ? back.
Yeah, I think at that point Dom stops replying. But instead is going to once again text his mother to see where she's at and if they can meet up.
Yeah, your mother is surprisingly okay with the internet not working. It's not like it hindered her in any way, shape, or form, really.
Yeah, no.
She's probably the kind of woman who's already got like all of her money under her bed, because screw keeping it in a bank.
She absolutely would have at least a separate, like maybe a couple £1,000 like stashed away somewhere for emergencies. She's definitely someone who would do that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's happy to meet you, if you give her a place.
I think Dawn would leave it up to her wherever she feels most comfortable.
She says she can pop round.
Alright.
Um,
I think this is the first in days that she's actually wanted to meet up.
yeah. Normally she's been avoiding Dom a little bit.
Yeah.
After the last time they spoke.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Dom's alright. Is okay with that, with her coming around. And after putting the phone away, it looks around the apartment and like, fuck, and starts cleaning.
Frantically cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've Dom frantically cleans. You get about half an hour cleaning time before your mother arrives.
Well, it's less clean. It's more just like remove, like, you know, somehow Dom always ends up putting all of stuff like on coffee tables and like instead of like putting them in their places where they should be. So it's more just tidying and putting stuff back where it's supposed to go. So it isn't based on me or anything. But
I was gonna say, yeah. Wow, the ADHD is palpable.
I'm looking over my coffee table. There's so much shit on there.
Oh, don't worry, mine's got a lot of shit on there as well.
And on my dining table as well. Here, there's just yeah. But yeah, he'll tidy whatever he can, puts everything back in place, and I guess like just in time for when his mother arrives. I think it's tidy enough. Like she's used to at least just his place being somewhat of a mess. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she arrives. She's looking healthy and good.
Yeah. Dom will open the door and let her get in, and I'll just be like, just like, hey, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I see you've cleaned. Oh, sorry, rearranged.
Don't just smile at that, like, yeah, well, yeah.
Did you actually put it all back, or have you gone and put it on another counter?
He just goes, don't go into the kitchen. It also goes like, and don't open that drawer. But yeah, they will go and they won't go and take her to the living room and just go to sit. And I think as they sit down after that moment, he just sighs and he looks at her and he goes like, "Are we good?"
Why would we never not be good?
You know why. Things have been said, and also you've been avoiding me.
I just thought maybe you needed some space to be yourself.
If I wanted space, I wouldn't have texted you.
No, but I feel like I may have been smothering you a little bit. A bit like how I used to do with you and Tristan back in the day.
I don't think so. I mean, I want you in my life. You're
Oh, I'm not
one of
going
the most
anywhere.
important people. Yeah, but you've just been putting
Just-
distance between us.
Yeah, it just, give you some space to be the, what you are.
Do you want me to make you forget? Is that what you want?
There's no point. I just find out again anyway.
Don't know that. I mean, you didn't know before I had to tell you. I mean, so you would have probably noticed that something was off, but I don't think most people's mind goes to vampires are real.
Well, yeah, admittedly, my brain did not go to vampires are real, but yes, I did notice the decided behavioral shift of my son, who was once basking in the spotlight, who then decides actually they only want to work at night. Like there was a, I noticed, I just didn't notice what.
Yeah. Well, You can go back to that if you want.
But then who's not to say there'll be another threat that'll target me? And I'll get pulled in somehow.
Well then, what do you want? Just know, but not be like us, like me, like everyone else. Sorry, I don't. I'm confused. I don't know what you want anymore because you for years you've been asking me to get you turned, and then when the opportunity arose, you backed out, and then you said you didn't want to know, and it seemed like you were afraid of us and of me. So I don't really know anymore, Mom. What do you want?
I just want it to be like this.
All right.
No changes. I came to the realization that your world is like a constant game of chess. And unfortunately, there are people out there who've had a lot more time to gather more pieces and have far bigger boards than yours.
Yeah.
And that doesn't... While it does sound like fun for like the first 10, 20 years, I would probably get bored of it quite quickly. I'll just need to put a bridge down at the club. And fleecing old women out of their money.
Yeah, no, that tracks.
I should take Leto with me at some point. I think we make.
I think Dom thinks out for a second because he can't figure out if that's a really good or really bad idea.
I mean, strategically, it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Who better to have, play bridge with you than a Malkavian? But at the same time, leaving Leto and your mother together is probably not the smartest choice. For reasons.
Yeah. I think Dom's just like, maybe not. But, I mean, usually playing in the evening. I don't mind coming with. Ever tried? Could teach me. Could especially teach me how to scam the people you're playing with.
It's not so much you scam them, so much as you outsmart them. They're old.
Yeah.
Their brains don't work so good.
Same thing, kind of.
I mean, look, is it a scam if you play against people who have no idea what they're doing, just so you know that and you can take their money?
Yeah, I think it's still a scam.
I thought it was more bullying than scamming, but okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd be happy to learn. Just so we have something we can do together.
There are loads of things that we can do together. You're panicking.
I'm not panicking, I'm just...
You're panicking.
I feel like... No, don't tell me what I am and what I'm feeling. I feel like... I don't know. Maybe something broke and I'm trying to fix it.
I suspect in your life a lot of things have broken.
Yeah, but never with you. I feel like something broke with you. With us.
It wasn't broken. It's just... relationships change. They don't stay static.
It's not the same. You
were never going to be Mummy's boy forever.
Don't go there again.
One day you'll be Mummy's man.
I'm just like scoffs at that. Like, that's even worse. No.
You're growing up. You're finding
I've been an adult for... It was like, what do you mean I'm growing? I've been an adult for, like, if I died at 27, I would be 32 now. That's pretty adult.
Yeah, I'd say you've only just started entering adulthood. Let's remember what 25-year-old Dom was like. It was like living with a big teenager.
Right.
You're finding your own group. You're finding your place in a whole new world that has a whole different set of rules and a whole different structure to everything you've been operating on for the past 32 years. Well, 27 years if you count what you've actually got.
Yeah.
It's like being a kid all over again.
Does
And in
feel like
retrospect,
this.
actually, you're quite lucky.
Why?
Well, you stumbled upon the right people.
I don't know if I stumbled upon them. I think people saw me and figured out it was a risk and just figured out where they could
Hey, do you know
dump
what?
me.
It doesn't matter how they did it or how they saw you. You got took in by them, and actually, they're all right.
Yeah. They are.
Valerian's good. Bit of a shame that it didn't really kick off between us, but you know, I'll take.
No, that's not a shame. I think that's a win actually. But Valerian's good and so is Lito.
Yeah, you've found a new group, and now you're trying to figure out where you fit in all of that.
Trying for the past 5 years. I think
And
I'm
now
only
you find it
now.
harder because now Tristan's been pulled into it. So now you feel responsible for Tristan.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm starting to learn where I fit in now. It's just also trying to figure out where Tristan fits in.
Tristan will find his own way. He has a brain.
Yeah. Oh. On paper. But, yeah.
I mean, yeah, intelligence and common sense are two very different things and should never be confused.
Yeah. Well.
If I wanted a paper on nuclear physics, yeah, I'd ask Tristan. If I wanted to, you know,
Nuclear
go
physics
to
is
a party.
pushing it, but like, it's like this pushing it. But yeah, no, you're right. No. I just all of that aside, I just want things to be good between us.
They were always good.
Didn't feel like it.
No, because you needed to be pushed.
Says who?
Me?
And where people keep deciding for me what they think is good for me, but I don't actually listen to what I want. You decided that I should have some space. That's not what I wanted. This keeps happening. People keep making decisions for me or thinking that they know what's best for me. They don't listen to what I want.
Maybe if you were more vocal about what you wanted.
I am vocal about what I wanted, Mom. People don't listen. I texted you multiple times asking if we could meet up because I wanted to meet up. And every time you had some kind of excuse.
To be fair, they weren't all excuses. They were legitimate. I was doing other
Yeah,
things.
but normally if I ask if we can meet up and you're busy, you'll try and figure out another time we can meet up. Don't try and play some kind of game with me. Like you said, I'm an adult. Treat me as such.
Okay, maybe it was I that needed some space from you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just disappointed you weren't honest about it when I asked you.
It can sometimes be easier to deflect.
That's not how we work.
No. I think I've been hanging around your friends for too long.
I don't know if that's true either. I don't know. I worry you see me in a different light.
I mean, I'm going to see you in different light because now I know what you are. That's not going to change.
Yeah, but you've known for the past years, and I mean,
There's
Lido
there's
pointed out to me that it seemed like you were scared of me, and I think I saw that.
the difference between knowing and seeing. I knew what you were, but I kept away from it. It was a very abstract concept. But coming to spend some time down there with you, yeah, made me realize that you're changing.
Vampires aren't put in good lights in story. They are considered monsters still.
I never said you were a monster.
I know. I know you didn't. But that's what you saw.
I saw someone who was trying to fight for their place.
Haven't I always?
Yeah, but it's a different schoolyard bullies and bad bosses at work. That's one thing, but this just feels different.
Because it is.
Exactly.
It's not at all comparable.
Look, just don't worry about it. Okay? I'm still your mother. I'm still going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. Yes, we can go play bridge if you want.
I mean, I don't know if it'll stick, but at least I'm willing to try.
I mean, start off by actually learning what all the cards are.
I know what the cards are. I mean, I don't know what they mean in the game, but I know what a deck of cards look like.
Really?
I do.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Thanks. Right. Well. Anyway, what have you been up to? And we'll have to we can cut there. Like move the camera away.
Be quick, like move quickly before.
Yeah.
Before Dom says something he can't unsay.
No, it's not that. He's just he's just asking how she's been. But I'm assuming she's gonna then go on like a really like long story, talking about like how the neighbors have put their bins out on the wrong days again and stuff like that. So like we'll cut away from that and go to
yeah. There's a lot of talk about normal human neighbor garbage.
And half of it is complaints.
And about how sometimes she wishes she could just borrow you or like borrow the Coterie for a little bit to just like fix a few things for her.
Yeah.
Like the person who keeps closing the gate and then locking it and then not telling them it's been locked, so everyone forgets their keys and gets locked out. That's wait for someone to unlock the gate for them.
Yeah. It's a lot. The talks a lot of like those kind of stories and complaints, and like also like rumors about like things she's heard and everything. So it's a very long like. Dom just sat there for an hour just listening and nodding.
Just glazing over.
Yeah, at one point he just checks out. After 10 minutes, he just checks out.
Like, if only there was a vampire power that would let you duplicate yourself and just leave the duplicate there.
Exactly. And he can't also like occasionally check his phone or whatever because like he's head down.
You do get a text. You do get a text from Tristan after about half hour of listening to mum gossip. That just comes from Tristan and it just says you coming.
He'll just quickly text later. And then just mum's here. And then Tristan knows enough. He'll know that it will take a while.
You just get a text back going, oh. Okay, I'll try and stop them from all doing stupid things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Then we will cut over to the Acropolis, where everyone is waking up. Now, Dom, was lucky. He did his rouse check before we went on air.
2 of them, and I both
Two of them.
succeeded. So.
Yes. But I do need Leto and Valerian to make rouse checks for the new day.
How dare you?
How dare I?
Why would you do that? Dude, I never get to be hungry anymore. Never.
That's what I'm like.
Never. I don't get to be hungry. That's okay. That's fine. No, it's fine.
It's okay
That's cool.
because it's
No,
all
that's-
swapped over to me instead. Like
Oh, that's
gone,
worse.
I've gone like most of like the series without getting hungry, and now it's just every time.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I just like to hunger, and now I've got it straight back.
Yup.
But first thing Leto does when she wakes up is just thinks, is Cass still asleep?
Oh my God.
Time for one more. Unfortunately, Cass is up very early. Cass woke up at some point in the late afternoon. Has already gone out and found food for themselves. And by found food, what I actually mean is they found some chocolates, croissants, and they found a 2-liter bottle of Coke, and some crisps, and are just sort of sitting there on the table. What they've done, they've decided to sit on Valerian's seat and are just like munching crisps, and they're just like little bits of crisp coming off and just like loitering over the chair. Throne. Her feet are just up on the table, just not a care in the world. She's not normally like this.
Yes, she is.
Well, no, Cass is normally a little bit more refined than this. Like, she'll have her indulgences, but like now she's just being she's overindulging, almost like she's a kid again at a sleepover.
At these points in time, I wish I had celerity, or any like pass without trace or anything.
Sometimes
so
I wish I
could
was
really...
Leto.
Yes, just a little bit. Could I enter and see this?
Yeah. You can. I mean, Cass is going nowhere. She's just sitting there, absent-mindedly. Like, there's no phone. Her phone's on the desk. It's a useless thing at the moment. It's a paperweight. So you see that she's tried to get one of the TVs on the wall and has like tried to get it onto normal television, but realizes that there's no way. Valerian hasn't installed an aerial down here, probably. Because Valerian's not going to watch normal television.
No. Ew.
So she's just sort of trying to figure out how to occupy herself. And she's decided that eating crisps on Valerian's chair
and just leaving
everywhere.
crumbs all over it.
Yeah.
Which probably means that he enters, sees, and then starts walking over. Does she say anything?
She just lifts the packet of crisps up and just like, do you want one? I don't know if you can eat them or not, but...
I would like to put up my daunt.
Okay.
That's like, for some reason, the most sibling thing ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he is walking up slowly, and I think what happens in her view is like a Hitchcock zoom of Valerian, where like the back is getting like further away and he's like getting closer and like bigger for some reason. And when he gets all the way up to her, he is like cloaked in shadows, and somehow the room has gotten much darker than it was before. And he leans in close and he goes, off.
Give me. Give me charisma intimidation. Remember that Daunt gives you an extra +2.
Intimidation and charisma.
Difficulty 2.
And discipline. What is Daunt? Presence? What is that?
Let's have a look.
It's presence, right? It's
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
It's presence. Wait, can I not, like, hold on. Can I not do a Daunt roll? Nope, I sure can't. Okay, cool. But if I do, my presence is +3.
Roll it with that. We'll say the sibling,
No.
so it's extra potent against siblings.
Add the user's presence rating to any intimidation roll. Okay. Yeah. No, it's my presence rating, so it's
No,
+3. Okay. Intimidation. Charisma. Plus my presence. Confirm. Do it.
Okay, 5 successes. You watch as Cass, like, almost like Looney Tunes goes upwards out of the seat. Good news, she's out of your seat. The bad news is you scared her so much that the crisps have now gone everywhere out of the packet. And then that's all litching on the floor.
Is that a messy critical?
It's not.
So, no.
Okay.
It's if you have a failure on the blood dice, I think.
I think Metacritical is if you succeed, but you get a 10 on the hunger dice.
Oh, I see.
I remember Metacritical, I think, is if you get a... God, this is me trying to remember now. I think
Is the red not the hunger dice?
yes,
It is.
but that's
But
a
it's not a
normal
critical.
success, not a critical success.
Yes.
If
If it was a critical, it would have been crazy.
yes, if it was, if that
That's
had
why I
been
was like,
critical-
wait.
No, this is fine. I think he. What do I do?
She's
yeah, I think
almost standing on the table. That's how high she jumped. She's nearly on the table.
Yeah, no, I think he is standing there, and he just goes, I think you forget whose house you're in, sister.
It's fine. I was just sitting down.
You were sitting down in my chair. Act accordingly.
I don't see your name on it.
I think he bends down and kind of like swipes the crumbs from the base of the chair. And he looks back up to her and goes, it doesn't need a name. And he sits down, kicks the crisps away from the floor, or like away from his feet. And he goes, well, are you getting a broom or?
What about the cleaner guy?
I think you'd do well to remember that he is off duty.
Yeah, I'll go grab it.
Good.
Not a problem. And she sort of walks towards, really keep the brooms. As she does, she takes like the widest angle she can take to like go around Valerian. Like almost going to the carriages and then turning around that way. Even like it's totally the long way round. It's totally illogical to go that way. But she's just trying to stay as far away from Valerian as possible.
Yeah, and once she's out of the room, I will drop the daunt. And I think Valerian goes like, mark it. Never mind. And he will then just sit there, waiting.
While you're sitting there for a moment, in between sitting there and coming and Cass coming back in, you do hear footsteps coming down the steps, to find that it is Marcus. I mean, it's a new day. It's no longer his day off. He had his one night off. Now he's back on again.
Lovely.
Just sort of looks over at you, looks at the crisps, looks back at you again. I didn't realize you had the munchies while I was gone.
Me? No, someone else. Thought it funny as she I think walks back around with the broom to eat in my chair.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
She will be cleaning.
Fine by me. I need to go put my stuff back anyway. Didn't cause any trouble while I was gone?
We did, but none of your concern.
It's not my concern until everyone makes a mess. Then it is my concern. But okay. Fine. And you just see Marcus kind of almost grumbles back. And heads to his room to get set up. He's not wearing his corset or anything. He's actually wearing quite casual clothes. Almost like gym clothes. Cass sort of comes back with the broom. And he's trying to clean up all the crumbs. But he's doing it by standing as far away as possible and holding the broom out and pulling it away from Valerian, before then trying to clean it all up. Totally trying to does not say a word, does not look at Valerian.
Good.
What's Leto doing now that Leto's woken up and is a little bit hungry again?
I think Leto probably goes into the main room, sees Valerian as Marcus is leaving, and Cassiopeia's cleaning up. She'll just take a seat at the table, put her elbows on it, and be like, "So what's the plan?"
Plan?
Yes?
For what exactly?
Your family affair?
Damn near forgot about that. I wish I would have forgotten.
Oh, I can.
No. Don't you dare. What is the plan? Well, the plan is to not have her turned, of course.
Yes, that would be the most desired outcome.
I don't know what to do, honestly. We could make her forget any of this ever happened.
What about the other one?
I don't know about the other one. She's sweet and lovely and wouldn't hurt to fly. I think she goes wherever Mother goes, not necessarily agreeing at all times.
But if you wipe one, surely you have to wipe the other.
I'd be willing to. If I had to.
And what about the whole thing that Mum mentioned about having someone on the inside? I mean, Lito's right, it could be a bluff to send us on a wild goose chase. But that car was following us.
What kind of car was it?
Green?
Green, yes. Hatchback. Mother had a tracker on me, of course. So that means that she probably knows where I've been. Where this place is.
Yes. Above table, do I know anyone with a green hatchback? All right.
Not obviously. You cast your mind back. There's no one obvious that comes to the forefront of your memory.
All right. I think Valerian goes, well, if they have someone on the inside, then I suppose they bring them. Because who's going to turn you if they're not here? No one. So, in the case they bring this person, they will not be shown mercy. They will also forget. If that is a thing we can do. If not, they will be disposed of.
You see Marcus kind of walks in fully dressed up. At the hint the words disposed of. Just gives a bit of a sigh and it's like, another body I need to clean up.
Maybe.
You all seem really tense. Well, sorry, that's a lie. 2 of you look quite tense, and then sort of looks at Leto, and it's just like, and you're looking just like your normal self.
Thank you. It's because the body that you're talking about is potentially going to be their parents.
That is not true.
Oh, is it not?
No, I will not be killing them.
So who will we be killing?
Whoever's on the inside, if that's... Oh.
Oh. Okay, whoever's on the in... He's also like... Marcus rarely sits down at the table. Usually he'll just stand by Valerian. But this time he actually sort of sits opposite Leto. Like clasps his hands together. So what? They're saying that someone on the inside is helping Valerian's parents do something.
Yes.
Well, it can't be Altair. If it was Altair, then they've got some bad news. That ship sailed.
Hmm.
Can't be Wally, because that ship, I assume, has sailed. Assuming that the boat is still working. So... If I was a betting person, Valerian, there is one person in London whose loyalty has been fickle before.
Hmm.
It's possible that maybe Axel's behind it. I mean, they seemed to be in cahoots with the Camarilla last we heard, and they tried to back out of that one. Who's not to say they've been given another large sum of money, and it decides to bat for the other team.
And what of you, Marcus?
I mean, what of me? I'm here.
On the inside.
Surely you... I'm trying not to get too angry at the idea of being accused like that. How long have I known you, Valerian? Think how many times I could have sold you out or done significant damage. There were far, far bigger payers out there than your parents. I could have got it cushy in with the Camarilla. I could have started my own princedom. There are far better offers on the table than whatever Ma and Ma are putting out there. So I am slightly offended that you'd go as far as to say that, you know, it could be me. Could be Dom. It's just as likely. Everyone's not throwing those accusations around.
You feel offended, do you?
Yeah. I do, a little bit, yeah. I've worked fucking hard for you. I go away for one night to go be with my family to keep up appearances. To keep my little bit of humanity together, which I appreciate that some of you around here are struggling with. But you know, I do my bit.
Welcome, Marcus, to my life. I hope you enjoy.
I fucking well don't.
We will see what happens. We will be on our highest alert. If anyone tries to do anything without my saying, they will be disposed of.
So, where was Dom last night?
Home.
Okay. Just throwing it out there.
I mean, if we're
One
going to go
night.
down that route of investigation, where was I last night?
I mean, you were supposed
I love
to
that
be...
Lita just willingly put herself like, hey, I haven't been mentioned. Like, I also want to be suspect. Like,
I wouldn't be questioned too.
I mean, I don't know what happened last night. Like I said, it's the one night where I was out of the loop. I just know Dom went home the night before. And the fact that he's not here now suggests that he probably wasn't here last night or went home late.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you were doing, Lito, so yeah, it could be you. And I mean, it kind of... I don't... If I was going to put money on who it would be, then you would probably be one of the people I'd put my money on.
Right. So
But-
we're all just throwing out random accusations that come to nothing, is the gist of this, yes?
Well, yes, unless anyone has any kind of evidence to say otherwise.
Right.
Do you have evidence?
No.
Then you're wasting my time. He
I'm
stands
going
up.
back to cleaning.
And he starts walking towards the armory, and he looks at Cass over his shoulder, and he just goes,
Karis like puts the broom down, like, runs over to you. Yeah. Yes.
"Stop being so scared.
Oh,
I told you to get
really...
off my chair once."
Oh, I'm really sorry, but like I've never seen something so demonic in my life. I thought Mum could be scary.
Yeah, you haven't seen scary. Now, I've always thought, for some reason, that the armory,
Mm-hmm.
instead of having a door, always had curtains in front
Okay.
of it. Like big red velvet curtains with like the golden, stupid, like intertwined, like like a rope to like hold it back if you want to. But he like throws them open. And as she enters, and I've always seen the armory as like, okay, walls have like they have drawers with guns, but also some are mounted to the wall. And then of course at the end there's that beautiful sword encased in it has its own case, all that stuff. Its own spotlight, two spotlights.
A little note that says "Do not take Dom."
No, just do not touch. He just goes, "I want you to be well prepared."
There's well prepared, and then there's like outfitting a small army.
Well, that's not what I'm doing to you. I'm giving you a knife and a gun, and that's it.
What? So I can't take 2 machine guns and start to
No.
be Rambo?
No.
Oh.
It wouldn't suit you. He goes over to one of the drawers, gets her like a stiletto, just a basic one that she can keep in maybe a thigh garter. And then I don't know, just a standard pistol, I'd say.
Like a Glock.
Yeah, something like
They're
that.
cheap enough on the market nowadays. They're
I
everywhere.
think so.
Everyone has a Glock nowadays.
Yeah, and he gives it to her with like a belt to keep it in. And so he goes, change into an outfit where you can reach both of these, but they can be concealed.
She looks at them for a moment. Okay. I might need to raid some of your clothes, but okay.
Mine.
I bought clothes for fashion, not for concealment.
And so you've taken one big fur coat, I hope.
Well, yeah, I always have the fur coat. It's just heavy.
Then fucking wear that.
Okay, I'll go look like Cruella de Vil for a minute. Give me a second.
Good. And then before you do that, actually, I would advise you to go to the shooting range and actually practice your shooting for just a bit.
Yeah, sure. It's fine. I remember what Mum taught me. It's fine. I will go practice.
Good.
I would say don't worry, Valerian, but I am kind of worried.
So am I.
Do I
as he
trust them?
What?
All of your friends, like
You trust them?
yeah. I don't know. I trust Leto. I know that much.
That is a bold decision to make.
If Leto was the one that was supposed to be working for my mother, then she had very ample opportunity yesterday to do something. Like, I don't know if it's like a double bluff move where it's like you win the trust first and then you backstab them, but I don't know. I mean,
It
Leto
could just
could
as well
have
be.
grabbed the wheel and like I don't know, like crashed me into the Thames or something. Like anything could have happened.
Yes.
Anyway, I shouldn't have brought it up. Just paranoia.
Fine. Go.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. And as she leaves, he is going to take the shotgun off the wall and find dragon breath rounds.
Yeah, you've still got those rounds that you pilfered from ages ago. They're still loitered in the armory.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that there's not as many as you thought there was.
Yeah. No,
There are
of course.
5 rounds.
It's a limit.
There are 5 rounds there. But last time you checked, you thought you had about 10.
Oh, interesting.
But still nothing there to kill a vampire.
I think he kind of like pushes aside the curtain
Hmm?
and just looks out and goes, Leto.
She doesn't reply.
He steps out. Leto. All right. He just lets the curtain conceal whatever's in there, and he goes back to the table and puts the shotgun on the table.
Awesome. I'm guessing Leto has just fully vanished into the shadows.
She's gone for a wander.
Yeah.
She's gone to the old Acropolis to go check to see if anyone's turned up.
Wait, why would anyone turn the other Acropolis? What have I missed?
That's where I parked the car.
Ah, okay.
You get there. The main door has been disturbed. It wasn't closed properly. It was ever so slightly open. And you know that you closed it properly because you let Cass go through first, then you shut it yourself.
Okay.
Going deeper down into the actual Acropolis. Give me intelligence investigation. Difficulty 4.
Intelligence. Investigation.
Stupid cough. Just go away.
That is 4 successes.
Okay. It's a good job that Adrian died here. In death, he actually has some use. Because some of the remnants of his ashes have left a footprint behind. It is a left foot imprint, size 7. It's a work boot, most likely male, but you can't. It could be a female wearing a thick work boot, but it suggests male. They weren't there for very long. It was a very quick in, out job. On 4 successes, there is a second set of footprints here. Significantly shorter. Smaller, more live. You can't quite work out details about their shoe size, just because they've left that little of an imprint. But you can make out almost trailing to the right of them, another set of footprints. But because they didn't step into some of Adrian's remains, they didn't leave an obvious print behind. But there's definitely 2 people here, or were here. Sorry.
Okay.
So your hunch was right.
She'll go back out. She'll close the door properly. She's going to check on the car, see if anything's been put on it.
I'll carry over your success roll. In the car, no. The car's not been opened or like jimmied or anything like that. You get under the car, and you notice strapped ever so slightly to the pipe of the exhaust is that really, really cheesy Spanish keyring.
Oh, yeah.
Threw out of the window.
Cool.
In spectacular fashion.
She's going to take that. And then she's going to walk into main Camden.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to try and see if she can find like a parked up cab somewhere, like a taxi, and then she's going to put it on that.
Yeah, you can do that. Yep, there's a parked up taxi. Guys just running quickly to go get something from the shop. You can just like duck under and like shove it in.
Yeah, she
and
does
leave
that.
it there. Yep, you do that. I'll leave the tracker there. What are you doing then?
Good question. I think she's just gonna go for a bit of a wander around Camden.
Bit of a walk around. Okay.
Yeah.
You do so. Lito goes to a bit of a walk around. That's a good time for us to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time. So everyone can get up, shake your legs, go for a walk, go to the toilet, get a drink, and we'll be back in 10. See you in a minute. Welcome back, everyone. So Leto was gone for a bit of a saunder. Saunder? The fuck's a saunder?
No, that's
A wander and a
walk.
saunter.
A
Yeah,
saunter. My bad.
Saunter, yeah, not saunder.
My bad.
That's a. I don't know what that is. It's going for a bit of a jolly old walk around Camden. There we go. That's better. While Leto's doing that, Dom, you finally turn up.
Yeah.
To the Acropolis.
I think it's like one of those things where like Dom's mom has been talking to him like for a long time, and once she left, he just like put on his headphones and like it just started like 'cause, he's smart. He has a couple of Spotify playlists saved in case there's no internet for like it's useful. So he's just on the way there. I think he just went for a walk. I think he just needed like some peace and quiet for a second, and yeah, he'll arrive in the Acropolis at some point. Yeah, I'll just walk in, look around, see if there's any of the like tense or situation or trouble that Tristan mentioned.
Yeah, Valerian's there.
Yeah,
There's some tension.
yeah, and Dom walks
So
in.
there's
It's like,
problem.
right, what did I miss?
Evening to you as well.
Yeah, sorry, good evening. Sorry, Tristan said there was stuff going on.
Yeah.
I left for what, one night?
Mhm.
What happened?
Oh, just the king of the Fae was killed, murdered, right there actually.
I'm just like, all right. Do I want to know?
I don't think you do, but
Should I know?
yeah. Man was in hysterics about wanting to take over Fae Realm. No democracy, just taking, and that didn't go over well with his companions who came in with him, and they murdered him.
Yeah, sounds about right. Okay. Then how does that concern us?
Good question that I do not have answers to.
Okay,
Since
then-
I don't care.
Yeah, so then what's the problem? Why is there tension?
Well, other things also. There's my parents are coming over to force Cassiopeia into turning, and that's not going to happen, of course. That's why there's a shotgun on the table.
Wait, so you're making a choice for her, the one thing you told me not to do for my mother.
I'm not making a choice for her. She has made the choice herself to not turn, and she does not want that, and so I am protecting her from being turned.
Is that before or after you talk to her?
I let her make her own decisions.
All right, so you're planning on killing your parents?
No, I'm planning on killing the.
Wait. I think I missed something. Your parents are kindred?
Yes, sadly.
And you you didn't know.
No, I did not. That's why they came to London to tell me.
Wait, how do you not figure out like your parents aren't aging and stuff?
Because I don't see them, Dominic.
Oh. Right. Yeah, I'm sure it can be solved without violence.
Well, if they say that someone is on the inside, quote unquote, and that they will have someone who will turn Cassiopeia no matter what, then there is reason to.
On the inside, what, in London?
I'd assume so, or in this building. Who knows?
Okay. Where is she now?
Firing range. I think we can hear shots coming from the firing range, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If I can just use you like you just hear a shot and you go firing range on that.
Mhm.
Okay. Right. So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to do what you're best at. Your job.
I think Dom just looks at Valerian for a moment, like, "You sure? They're your parents."
Well, not on them. I will work my magic on them. I want you to protect Cassiopeia. I want you to be in her vicinity at all times. If she gets pounced on and approached in a way that is not to her liking.
I think for a moment, Dom sort of, I don't know what the expression would be, but I think he catches himself in the fact that when Valerian said, "Do what you're best at," his mind went to violence rather than protection. And I think he realizes that quickly, and he's like, "Right, yeah, sure, I'll go over there."
Thank you. If you need weapons, which I don't assume you do, you have 2 of your own.
Oh, yeah, and some knives on me, but yeah.
Lovely.
All right, I'll go say hi, and he'll just wander off into the tunnel. And I feel like in the tunnel, cover his ears because like obviously the sound like just gets worse in the tunnel. But yeah, he'll go over to the thing. To knock on there.
You enter the firing range to see Cass standing there in a big fur coat, holding this pistol, shooting at the targets down the range. She doesn't even recognize you enter the room.
Yeah, Dom just leans in the doorway, just watches her, waits until like to see how long it will take her to realize that someone's there.
To be honest, she's so focused on the target she doesn't notice for a good while.
I think he waits until she's out of bullets to like clear his throat, and then go like, "Should really also watch your back."
Don't have eyes in the back of my head.
That's why you need to look around occasionally. Turn your head.
I need to look at what I'm shooting at.
Yeah, but you also need to be aware of your environment at all times. I could, if I had a gun, I mean, I've been standing here for the past, 3 minutes? Could have shot you 30 times now.
True, but I wasn't really in threat mode. This is supposed to be a safe space.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Unless you're the imposter.
No, I've been sent to protect you specifically. Which I guess is why it's good that you have me watching your back then. Did you do it? Don't do it yourself.
See, Cass laughs. Yeah, no. Like, being my bodyguard is also the perfect position to get yourself to if you, I don't know, wanted to maybe kidnap me.
I'm just like, honestly, I don't know fully what's going on. I wasn't here last night, but if there is talk to some imposter, it's not.
What car do you drive?
Oh my god!
Where were you last night?
A vintage Mercedes. It's like wine red. I was at home. I am not the imposter. I've been working for Valerian with Valerian for the past 5+ years. I have no interest in kidnapping you, honestly. That sounds like a lot of effort. I think from what I've heard, you'd be a horrible person to, not like person, but just, I think like you would complain a lot. You'd be a horrible hostage, I feel.
I don't know whether that's a compliment or not.
Half compliment.
I mean, I don't get why Valerian's given me a gun.
Well, so you can protect yourself if things get rough.
and these things can kill vampires.
Slow them down, maybe. Depends on what you put in it.
I think I'm a good enough shot.
Dom looked over. What does the target look like that she shot at? Is she hitting any of the marks, or is it just like?
She never missed a shot. Let's put it that way.
Okay, but it's not in the. So it's always on the target, but not necessarily in the right places.
She can, at the very least, shoot as well as Valerian.
Okay.
Potentially slightly better.
I think looking at that, Dom was curious, like, is it your first time shooting? Doesn't look like it is.
No, it's not.
Figured as much.
In fact, I don't know why you even bother giving me a gun. Like, she opens her purse and like pulls out a small little mini revolver.
I think Dom just sort of just chuckles at that. It's like, yeah, wouldn't expect much else. I think he just, I think he worries. As much as he can be a bit of an asshole, he does care about people.
Valerian got lucky. Valerian escaped. Valerian left Sparta. I didn't. So, I got the training bit that Valerian didn't.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm designed to be a live, cute little looking package. I can look after myself.
You are. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mother kind of planned to have me like sneak into places in groups that I shouldn't really be in. Everything is a pawn on Mother's board. Everything has a purpose and a use.
If you weren't kindred, I would then say that you would be a great imposter.
Well, yes. It's kind of ironic, I guess, that... I mean, Mother could be lying. It could be that she's just trying to make me paranoid. And then by result, make everyone else around me paranoid.
Yeah.
If we're too busy on a witch hunt, then... we don't see her coming.
Only one way to find out, right? Wait and see what happens.
I'm hoping Valerian's coming up with a plan.
I'm sure he will. Sure he will. Until then, I'm supposed to just hang her out, so...
Yeah, Valerian won't let me be on my own.
Well, don't ignore. You can ignore me if you want to. If you want to continue practicing, I'll just be here.
No, I'm done. I can't keep firing bullets all day.
True. Well, you want to
I think Valerian from the other room goes, I don't hear shooting.
She shouts back, I'll come in there and start shooting and make you dance in a minute if you don't shut up.
That's a funny story, since you ran with your tail between your legs before.
Do we have any automatic guns in the armoring?
No, we don't.
I think Dom goes like, Valerian, turn off your the sensory thing. Stop listening in.
He doesn't respond.
I think Dom goes to stand in tunnel and like whistles really loudly on his fingers to hopefully throw him off.
You don't hear anything. He has turned it off.
Okay.
He just doesn't respond.
I'm gonna roll a d10.
He's just an asshole.
You don't hear anything, but you do hear from Tristan's carriage a large ow.
Dumbass.
Oh yeah. I think Dom looks at Cass and goes like, if you're not interested in shooting and you're already pretty good, then why don't we go do something else?
I mean, we could go investigate.
Where?
I don't know. Like, here's the thing: if there's someone looking for me, why
We're not
don't
gonna
we
look
try and
for them.
bait them out?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
It'd be fun.
Oh yeah, it will be fun, but what I've been told a million times by Valerian is that fun isn't always a good idea, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, but he wears white suits. He's a white man in a white suit. Does that
Yeah,
scream fun?
I've been trying to tell him, but I think he's just committed to the bit at this point.
I'm fairly certain if they made white ties, he'd probably also wear a white tie.
I mean, they make white ties. I don't think he would, but
With white shoes.
no.
Have you ever thought that he looks a little bit like Colonel Sanders?
I'm like, now you say so. Maybe.
I always thought that
You know,
when I used to see the suit.
He always he kind of reminds me of like how a lot of like animated characters never change clothes. Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Do you think if you're opening this wardrobe, there's just like 7 white suits?
Oh yeah, I've checked.
Each one with like a coat hang that says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Don't just go because don't just to, like entertain her. Goes like, oh yeah, no, definitely I've checked. It's there.
I noticed Mother's sword was at the in the armory.
Oh yeah, I've used that before. That's pretty fun.
What?
Like when we
It's a family heirloom. Like it's not supposed to be given to other people.
Yeah, but times were desperate, I guess. So
I've always
it
wanted
was
to
fine.
use it.
It worked fine.
I always wanted to use it.
Well, since you're good at shooting, where is it? Like the armory, like right next to the shooting range, or where is it?
The armory's back near the main room. You'd have to walk past Valerian to get to it.
All right. I think in that case, then we'll go. Is it in the same direction as where the archives are?
Yeah. It's around the same sort of general, like, there's all alcove, has like the archive and the armory and the...
Yeah. No, I've always thought that like they're all different tunnels and that the archive tunnel is right next to the armory tunnel.
Yeah. I think Tom's just kind of like, well, we can see and try and see if we can get past him.
That sounds like fun.
If only Lita was here, I could ask her if she could get it for us.
Well, what can
Looks
Lita do?
around the room. But yeah.
I spent forever with her last night, but I didn't really get a gist of what she can do. Like, you all have like weird like superpowers.
Yeah, she just sneaks away into the shadows, among other things. She can fuck with your mind real bad. Yeah, stuff like that.
Well, I didn't see her do anything like that.
What?
So I didn't see her do anything like that.
Yeah, I think she might not have showed you.
I don't know if she did.
If she could be here and listening. I mean, something I've been accepted now.
Oh, I've got Ian's way of drawing her out, and you just sort of see that like she unhooks, like starts to take off her fur coat, just revealing her bare shoulders. Just like
don't just watch the. He goes like, how much did I miss?
I don't know. Me and Lito have a. I think we have a thing.
Good for you.
Mother always said you have to date crazy ones.
It makes it interesting.
Exactly. You don't know what the limits are until you go beyond the limit.
All of these people are mentally ill.
You Dom like nodding. He's like, yeah, in a way. I guess.
Plus, it really isn't a wine Valerian.
Yeah. No,
Could you
it's a-
imagine family dinner?
Oh, I can. Oh, I can. Oh, I want to be present. Please invite me to family dinner. I want to be there.
I'll see what I can do.
Cool. All right, let's go see if we can get to the armory.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to? I mean, I can probably distract Valerian just by being myself.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. Yeah, I'm quite fast. If you go and distract him, I'll pretend to walk to the archive first. And then
Okay.
you distract him, and I'll go the other way.
Okay.
All right, then we'll start walking out.
Because that's not suspicious. The dumbass man going to the archives. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, I think he's gonna go to the armory because Valerian did say like, oh, if you need any weapons, like you can have them. So it would make sense for him to go there anyway. So I think like they'd be walking and talking until they get out of the tunnel, and then I guess Cass would go off to talk to Valerian, and Dom would just wait until they're talking to like zoom into the armory.
Cass is just gonna like come in and just sort of like do that thing that people do, where they sort of like walk in, like puts a hand over Valerian's shoulder and like leans in.
Immediately takes that off.
It's like, thank you so
like,
much
fuck
for
off.
the gun, Valerian. It's so good.
Can I insight or something?
I mean, she's not great at deceiving.
No, she's not. That's why he was inciting.
Give me wits insight. Difficulty. Let me see. Let me see how well she does at manipulation. Shit.
Jimmy, I need to roll
difficulty 1.
stealth or something.
Difficulty 1. Well, 1 success. There we go.
Yeah, she's doing the thing that siblings do to try and distract each other.
What are you doing?
Me? I'm here with you.
Yes. You're distracting me for some reason. What are you doing?
No. Why would I distract you?
Where's Dominic?
Can I roll stealth? I don't have a lot, but I will gladly do a rouse check for my celerity, and we'll just add that.
Do dexterity stealth.
Yeah.
And is there any way I can like try and
Yeah.
detect?
Let me hold on. How do I? Oh, roll rouse. No.
Valerian, give me.
What am I doing?
Is it just like a casual awareness check or something?
Yeah, I'd
not
say
good
it's
at this,
probably wits awareness
All right.
against whatever Dom rolls and successes for stealth.
It's a difficulty 2 to get past me.
Okay. That is a critical success. I also will roll rouse 1 second. I also feel like it. So I add 1 hunger. I finally have a hunger just for fuckery. Yeah, but that's a critical success. So Dom will
Being
scoop
uber
in and out.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Being
we'll
uber
take-
serious, no, I'm never going to be hungry. Shenanigans, you know, I'll take all the hunger.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah, they'll go in and I'll grab
Yeah,
the
it's a
sword and
blur.
go back to the armory. I think, yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
You rush into the armory. Leto would be so proud. If they were here, Leto would be so proud of how quick you got in there. Cass sort of like pats Valerian on the shoulder. It's like, it's fine. I just wanted to say thank you for the gun.
You're a liar.
No, I'm like looks over the curtain to see if like Dom's got through the curtain. It's like, yeah, no, I'm a liar. But I'm
So
not going to tell you
where's Dominic?
what. I don't know. I only came to see you. That was part of the plan.
Dominic is supposed to be within 10 feet of you at all times. Where is Dominic?
I think like Dom just shouts like, Cass, you need to come back here. You're not done yet.
Oh, right.
You're trying to break. It's taking too long.
Oh yeah, I was only supposed to be here for a second. It's okay. We're just going to get more ammunition from the armory because I kind of shot a little too much. I need more bullets. Anyway, thank you, honey. I love you. You're an amazing brother. And as she says this, she just keeps like stepping backwards towards the armory.
I think as she steps back, I think he like grabs her hand like abruptly, and he goes, "Be normal."
Okay, I'm going to the armory to get some bullets. Fucking unhand me.
Fine. Let's go.
Grab my hand again. I'll put a bullet in your foot.
Try. I'd love to see you try.
I get the impression that out of everyone here, you're the slow one.
It's very funny.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be the judgmental type, brother.
Please.
But you did just yesterday try throwing yourself at someone and then got knocked back at quite impressive speed.
Please, keep underestimating me. See what happens. Goodbye, sister.
Love you.
Fuck you.
And yeah, she just goes to the armory curtain.
Yeah, Dom
Join
just
Dom.
stands there, just holding the sword, and just goes like, "See."
See, I was gonna ask Valerian this, considering what happened last time. They got the sword out. Is the case alarmed?
I mean, it's locked usually, yes.
Yeah, but then Dom would know that, and you don't think whenever Valerian's been absent, Dom went to look for the sword? You think this is the first time since Starfall they've taken out the sword?
Terrible. Fine, take the sword. Go ahead.
See,
So
Mother
glad to be
never
back.
let me touch this.
Well, I can teach you. And he'll just hand it over to her, so she can at least hold it and like look at it.
She looks at it for a moment. Valerian.
Mhm.
The sword had a name, didn't it? Off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember.
It was something.
It did
I
have
know
a
it
name.
was something Mexican. It was something in Mexican.
Oh,
I can't remember
that's
what
interesting.
it was. I think it was Mexican. No, she got it from Mexico. That was it. Actually, it might not
Probably
have had
has
a
a
name.
Mexican name.
Um,
I think it had a name,
But,
but I don't remember.
but no, Cass, like. Mr. Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
Give me
Oh no. Oh fuck.
Give me wit. I'll tell you what. I'll do wits insight difficulty 2.
Where the fuck is okay? I can probably do that. Hang on. Wits 2.
Yep.
Okay, that is success.
Cass takes the sword. Something is different.
Oh no.
Something's changed as Cass holds this sword. You notice the hilt of the sword,
Mm-hmm.
the bit she's gripping,
Mm-hmm.
Blood seems to be dripping from it.
Does it look like her blood?
Yeah.
Don't guys get like, Cass, give it back. Now.
No, I like this. This feels right.
I'm going to mesmerize her into giving it back to me. Let me
I mean,
see, that
mesmerize
is-
auto works against mortals anyway.
Mortals, right? Okay, yeah, I go into.
So you got to do a rouse check.
Again. Oh my God.
Yep.
That's another failure. This is going great. Well, then going to 2 success out the window. It's funny. I'm at 3 hunger. It's okay. It's doable. Yeah, but I think sort of Dom's like looks at her and I think his eyes like flash red from him, like, give it back. Holds his hand out.
She holds her hands out, gives it back to you. Her
Yeah,
hands are now completely covered in her blood.
Does she now seem different and seem to realize something's wrong?
She doesn't realize.
Does she still seem different though?
She looks a little lost.
Dom's going to gently grab her wrist and go like, need to talk to Valerian now, and starts just dragging her along to the tunnels. And unless I don't know if she resists, but
No, she's not going to resist.
okay. So Dom will take her back to Valerian, and now Valerian sees that Dom has the sword.
I think because I've always envisioned, right, that the table is set up so that his chair, like over his right shoulder, that's where the armory is, and then right to his immediate right there's the archives. And so I think he hears you walking up, of course, and then you see him turn to the side and he goes, "Do I smell blood?" And he stands up and turns around, and then he sees you.
Yeah, and I think immediately like seeing like I didn't do anything. Well, I stole the sword, but he goes. She simply held the hilt, and her hand started to bleed.
She wasn't supposed to.
Then what's going on? What? I mean, I get this. Like I say, like I thought she wasn't allowed to have it just because parents are parents and brothers are brothers. But what the fuck?
I take it carefully. I
Yeah,
hold it
and
like
the sword
in
over.
between the pommel and like the whatever. I
Yeah.
hold it in such a way that I am not touching the hilts or her blood in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, by the time it reaches you, Valerian, the blood's gone off it.
Oh, okay. Then it's fine. Then he will take it normally. And he will take his handkerchief and like start wiping the blood off of her palms. And he starts going back to the armory to put the sword back.
Tom's just like lost. Is like, you gonna explain? Just shouts after him.
No, I won't.
Cass doesn't say a word during any of this.
Yeah, Dom looks at Cass. What's she like? Does she like looks confused or like? I mean, you said before she looked lost, but like, I think Dom's like
It's that same like it's like that same look of I'm here but I'm not here.
like Dom. How tall is Cass?
What did we say?
We said she's a little shorter, about 5'8".
Yeah, about 5'8".
Yeah, so Dom's not much taller than her. So yeah, Dom will just sort of like look at her and he goes like, Cass?
What?
Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
No. You don't seem good.
I'm gonna go see my brother a second.
No, you're gonna stay here
Just need
until he comes
to
back. No,
Just
and
need to
Dom will hold
the
her.
sword.
Dom will hold her wrist really tight this time. Not like to hurt her, but just like tight. Like, you're staying here.
Yeah, Valerian has locked away the sword.
Um,
He comes walking back.
Yeah.
As you lock the sword away, Valerian,
Yeah.
you look at the hilt where the blood was. You saw the blood when when Dom showed the blade. The blood was on the hilt. By the time it got to you, it had gone.
Mm-hmm.
You notice on the hilt there were like some kind of like what was originally like black. You assumed some kind of gemstone. It was never quite clear what type of gem it was. It was just, encrusted slightly. It's more ceremonial. It's supposed to be a ceremonial sword as opposed to an active, let's go use this in combat sword. They're no longer black. They're red.
Yes. Yeah, he grapples with that. He walks back out. I gave it to you because you couldn't do anything with it. Do you understand?
What do you mean, do anything with it? It's a sword. You're supposed to, like, hurt people. What do you mean?
As in, if you come in touch with it, it doesn't matter.
Was this some kind of Tremere shit? Or it would, Valerian, it would actually help if you told me things.
It would help if you didn't do things behind my back, Dominic.
I wouldn't have if I knew what it did. And you're still not telling me what is the fucking deal with that sword.
Because I don't know!
But what do you mean you don't know? You knew there's something up with it, that she's apparently not allowed to touch it for some fucking reason.
Yes, indeed. Because through years and years of passing this sword down, everyone has touched it except her. She wasn't supposed to.
Well, if it was just a sword, it wouldn't matter because it's just a sword. Apparently, it's not just a sword. Apparently, there's something wrong with her because her hands started bleeding out of nowhere, and now she's all kind of seems to be obsessed with it. I don't know. She wanted to go after you and go get the sword. Dom's still holding her wrist, by the way.
I take her by both shoulders.
Yeah.
Cassiopeia.
Yeah?
Snap out of it.
Can you
It's
wipe her
warm
memory?
here, though. Everything's so pretty.
What?
Snap out.
I just need to go back to the armory for a second, and then I'll snap out of it.
I slap her across the face.
You slap her, it pulls her out of it.
Good morning.
That. Hello. Oh, that was.
Dom just looks at Valerian and mouse and just sort of like wipe her memory of it.
It was like I was looking at the world through a different lens. There were flowers in here.
Was it? I think Dom starts like describing a couple of things he's seen in the dreaming version of the Acropolis. And he starts, was anything like that?
No. No. Did Mother ever tell you what the name of the sword was?
Don't think she did. Care to enlighten me?
It's called Cassiopeia.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No. Like, okay, it's called Cassiopeia, but it's spelt like my name, but it's one of the P's is missing.
There is only one P in your name. Do you
What?
know how to spell?
That's what I was thinking too.
There's a row was like,
He
what?
looks left. He looks right. Have you gone to school?
It's not my fault that mother gave me such a batshit name.
There is only one P in your name.
I've been fighting
There's double
with
S's though.
two. No, I know that bit. I'm not an idiot.
Well,
There's a look of sheer embarrassment on her face.
have you spelled your name with double P's this whole time?
Maybe.
That is hilarious.
I think Dom starts laughing, but only because it's just really funny to him that there's apparently someone here who doesn't know how to spell it, because he gets
You know
so
what?
much shit from everyone
You know
about
what?
not being smart.
Okay. You know what the sad thing is? Me above table boo-booed.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I dropped the wrong letter. It's
Gotcha.
supposed to be a single S, not a single
Yeah, that's
E.
what I
Gotcha.
figured.
Gotcha.
But
But
it's
this is much funnier.
Yeah.
This is much funnier.
The sword is Cassiopeia with one S. But yes, she
Yes.
canonically now she has spelt her name with two P's.
Love it. Love that. And Valerian laughs for the first time in a while. All right. The sword is Cassiopeia, but one less S, you mean?
Yeah.
I'd hope.
I need to go change my Facebook. Oh, I can't.
I am once again very sorry it is called that. That's unfortunate.
Doesn't explain why it does the thing it does, though. And
I
why
need to
you're
try
seeing
something.
things. No, you're not touching the sword.
I don't know. It wanted me to go there.
Probably a bad idea.
Well, it's quite warm and inviting. I mean, this place actually felt like it had central heating in it, for one.
That is usually not a good thing. Warm and inviting things will lead you towards the cold and uninviting places.
I think I get that. Maybe. So maybe that's why Mother moved the sword away.
You think?
I hope. I don't. You know Mother more than I know Mother.
It was a rhetorical question. I knew the answer.
Okay, so what happens now?
You don't touch it. You go and you practice with your gun.
She sighs. Starts to walk off the firing range.
Dom will look at Valerian and go like, you have to wipe her memory of that.
Why?
Because she'll now, when you left, even though she's now stepped out of it, she's gonna try and get that sword again. She now knows that sword is something that apparently is cold to her. She might act like she's snapping out of it, but she's not gonna leave it alone. I think we've had quite enough of our fair share of magical artifacts. I don't think we need to do with another. If you won't do it, then I will. What if it ends up hurting her? What then? You ask me to protect her. My advice, as her bodyguard now, is to wipe her memory of the sword. will be safer for her.
The work has been done. It has her blood.
Yeah, but maybe it's not connected. Maybe just because it's on her mind now. It's worth a try at least. Maybe if she won't remember what happened, she won't at least wander into the armory. It's worth a shot. If it doesn't work, then we'll see what we'll do about it next.
Fine.
Are you gonna or should I?
You are not going to.
That's why I asked.
He walks towards the firing range.
As you walk towards the firing range, you don't hear the clang of bullets, but what sounds like steel on steel.
He's not going to fasten his pace.
By the time you get there, Cass has... So remember the bars that the changelings had damaged? Cass has struck them. And in her left hand is the family sword. Oh, hey, Valerian, is that you?
Yes, Cass, it's me.
So cool thing. If I think about wanting the sword, it materializes. I've worked it out.
Worked what out?
I know what this does. You see her walk towards one of the firing targets, and you watch her, like, expertly chop it down into pieces. It's like... do me a favor. Do you have your gun on you?
I don't do favors. Yes, I do.
Point at me.
I don't want to.
Well, that's not fun, is it?
Cass.
Everything's weird. It's like I can see 1 second ahead of everything. What people are going to do before they do it. I mean, it feels a bit weird because, like, all of you are just faceless mannequins. I can't really tell who's who, but I can tell what you're going to do.
Valerian will walk over.
Doesn't do anything. Just stands there.
Cass.
Yes?
I apologize.
What for?
for never letting you have what you are supposed to.
It's weird. I don't quite get why it's doing what it's doing, but I think I could probably kill someone with this. I mean, beheading, right? That's how you kill a vampire.
Yes.
I think I could do it with this.
He takes the sword from her.
Mm-hmm.
And he steps a couple steps back. And he goes, "Show me."
She holds her hand out, and you just watch it dematerialize in your hand and rematerialize in her dominant hand. I don't quite understand it. But get this, there's no shadows here. Like, nothing is making a shadow. It's like everything's in bright light. I can see all the way, like, she goes towards the actual tube tunnel. Like, Stud looks outside. It's like, I can see the entire tube tunnel completely clearly. I can see there's a rat right over there in the darkness. She like walks back to you.
Points at one of the targets. "Show me."
She charges at the target, running in a way that you've never seen her move. And she, again, just expertly cuts this target down, not just in half, but like top cut, then cut, then cut, then cut, then cut, until it's in pieces.
He goes, "No."
No. Show what?
"Show me a beheading."
Oh, well, that's easy. You see her like casually spin around. Not even, she doesn't look like she's aiming for it originally, but she just spins around casually and just beheads the target next to it. I don't think it works for firearms though. It's a shame. I'd have loved to shoot things where they could shoot me. Ooh. I wonder if I can deflect bullets with this. If I know they're going to shoot first. Well, that sounds a bit risky to test.
Cassiopeia, I need you to get control.
I'm trying.
I need you to see who's in front of you.
Okay. Well, I know it's you in front of me.
But how am I distinct from others?
Nothing visual. Just your voice.
Make it something visual. I don't care how you do it. Do it.
You see Cass fall to her knees everyone else in the Acropolis hears a scream from Cass as she gives more blood into the hilt. And as she does, the image that she sees stabilizes until she can start to make out people. Happy?
No.
I can see you now. Kind of preferred you when you were a mannequin, to be honest. It's a bit more nice to look at. We've really got to get you a different color tie.
He walks over, slowly. And he picks her up. I like this one. It stands out.
Well, yeah, if you wear all white, anything stands out.
If you wear all white, you stand out.
Okay.
Is she, like, able to stand at all?
Yeah, she can stand. Her hands are exactly like they were before, just caked in her own blood. Her eyes, though, now have got like a white mist in front of them.
He presses his forehead against hers. You can't go too deep, girl.
I think it might be too late for that. I think I've crossed the line.
He holds her face with both of his hands and he goes, please, promise me no more.
I won't.
Promise your big brother. Please.
I won't. I only in emergencies. Only when I'm threatened.
No, even then, this is what you have. Please.
I mean, I can see your nose right now. And, oh, God, okay. Should have stuck with the mannequins.
She can also see blood forming in his eyes.
But don't do that. That's not me being dramatic. That's not me. That's not me, like, trying to say don't cry, but, like, please do not. It's not looking what it looks like from your side. Valerian, move. Please. Like, out. Don't let me. Stop making me see it. I'm fighting this right now. And you notice that she's actively fighting her sword arm.
I think at this point, Dom steps in the door opening, and if Valerian would look at him, you'll see his eyes are red, which means he's been using an ability, which you can guess is heightened sentence. And he just stands there he's not doing anything, he just stands there because it sounds like either of them could be in danger, and he's just sort of waiting to jump in if anything goes wrong.
I can't watch you do this.
It's fine. I'm just gonna drop it. She drops the sword. At that point, her hands go dry. There's no blood on them. Her eyes seem to go back to normal. To their normal color. There you go. I dropped it. See, brother? Everything is fine.
He hugs her.
Tom walks in and picks up the sword.
He hugs you back. She hugs you back. Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Give me intelligence and insight.
Yeah, great. My fucking
Difficulty 3.
Well, okay.
I mean, you have willpower, so yeah, you can re-roll.
Yeah, no,
Well, I mean,
I'll re-roll.
You can only re-roll.
One, no, never
you
mind.
can't
I
succeed
cannot.
that.
I can't
Yeah.
succeed.
You can't succeed at all. Damn you,
No.
Hunger.
Yeah.
Maybe Cass looks a little off. You can't really tell why.
I think he doesn't trust Pumpkin. The whole reason he walked in is because obviously Valerian is not doing what he said he was going to do. So he picks up the sword and he walks back to the door opening to give them space because he understands that, it's like a family thing. But his main priority is trying to make sure everyone's safe as was instructed. So he's taking the weapon, the root of the problem, out of the equation currently.
I'll say that Valerian can make the same intelligence insight check as you pull away from
Great.
Cass. This is where you find out that Leto's been there the whole time and the person she's staring at.
Wait, hang on. Valerian, what is your intelligence score?
It's 3.
Okay. I was worried for that because you had the exact same dice as I had. I was like, are we just the same?
No, he does not have
two.
1 intelligence.
I have 2 intelligence. I don't have 1.
I mean, you can willpower re-roll and succeed, technically.
God, fuck
No. I mean, 2 successes, half. On 2 successes, I'll tell you that her eyes don't appear to be focused.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she's looking at you, they're not focused on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's kind of like caressing her face. And he just goes, my little sister. Stop this, please.
Don't cry. Don't cry. You both watch as she goes to lift her hand to try and brush some of the tears, blood, off Valerian's face. And misses by about 5 centimeters. It's okay. Don't cry.
It's not.
I paid the price the sword wanted. I got the awesome ability to call it whenever I want and to predict what people are going to do in the future. It's a really cool ability. But now I've dropped the sword, I know what the price is. I can't fucking see, Valerian. Everything is black. I know you're there. I can hear you. I can feel you.
Why? Why do you all persist on making these decisions that will kill you inevitably?
In my defense, I didn't know it was going to do that, and you said make it so that I can see you. I didn't realize that seeing in one in one realm would take it away in another. Just give me the sword back.
Dominic.
Yes.
I need you to send Marcus on a trip.
To where?
To the Vesuvius.
Don't sort of look confused. Why?
I need the sword destroyed.
Dom looked at the sword for a second and then looked at like almost kind of disbelief because it sounds like going to throw the ring in like Dom just at the moment is like, what kind of fucking fantasy novel did I drop into? But I think also, you know, despite all that, understands the severity of the situation, and after all the changing stuff, has accepted that some things are just weird, and he just looks at Valerian and he just goes, well, she can call the sword, right? How do we make sure she doesn't while he's on his way there?
That's why she's going with.
Alright. Are you going with her?
No.
Is that the smartest play? I think I go along with Marcus. From what I heard, I mean, I don't know what kind of sword this is, but it seems like it's made for her. And it seems like she's good at using it. And, well, I mean, I don't know what it all means, but how safe is that for Marcus? What if the sword calls her to do something else?
It doesn't.
Yet.
I didn't ask you to speak. You have blinded yourself, sister.
Maybe it's a temporary thing.
Like the optimism.
Besides, as long as I have the sword on me, I seem to be able to see. I just need to find something to keep it in.
Oh, good luck getting that through customs.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think I'm going back to Berlin anytime soon. I think London's my new home, whether I like it or not.
I think Dominic looked at Valerian like, if that's your call, then I will tell Marcus to do that. But
If you want me to go, I'll go.
What else do you suggest?
I don't know. It might be other ways to destroy it. Chuck it into dreaming. I don't know. Why does she have to come with? Why can we?
Because if she doesn't, the sword will be materialized in her hands at any point in time.
I
If
think
she's with the sword.
at that Dom looks at Valerian for a moment like, can we talk in private briefly?
Fine.
And we'll step out of the room and go somewhere farther away from the firing range. Hopefully out of, at least like he's trying to get out of earshot. Okay. But we'll keep on heightened senses just to listen if, she's somehow making moves or whatever. And we'll look at Valerian and goes like, the shot won't materialize if we keep her asleep. You've got medical equipment. I know it's not what you want to hear, but she's not awake. Only be for a little bit. Listen until Marcus can get there. And maybe then when it's destroyed and she wakes up, she can see again. It will all be a bad dream of sorts.
Fine.
All right. I'll go tell Marcus. You go stay with her. I think Dom walks away for a second and then stops and turns and goes, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Truly. And then turns around and keeps walking. And goes to find Marcus.
I think this conversation happened in the kitchen.
Yeah, wherever is away from.
And so everyone can hear sounds of cutlery flying in every which direction. And then the kitchen door slamming and footsteps hurriedly going back to Kasupe.
Cass has tried to leave the firing range, but has kind of overshot where she thought the door was, and is now just like feeling along the wall, trying to work out where the exit is.
Yeah, he comes in and just scoops her up and carries her.
I really could just call the sword, but I know you'd get angry if I did that.
I'm already furious.
I was just... No, I'm not going to say that. That's just going to cause more of an argument.
She can feel him laying her down on a bed.
So now what? I just wait till you do something? That sword is meant to be mine. Maybe Mother kept it from me because she knew what would happen if I used it. How powerful I'd become.
So you're willing to give up your entire person to do some sort of weapon?
You haven't noticed well, one of my parents is trying to dictate my life. I appreciate everything you've done for me, Valerian, and all the battles you'll fight for me. Some battles I have to fight on my own. And I appreciate that, I don't have, hyper intelligence like you, or super normal abilities like Mum. Maybe this is how I level the playing field.
Do you not understand? It took your vision. What will it take next? An arm?
I don't think it wants anything else. I think it's fully charged. It was missing something. And okay, that thing was my vision. But when I did what you said and did whatever it needed so that I could see you, it felt complete. It felt balanced. Which it didn't before, when everything was all mannequins and everything was a bit out of focus. I could see things and I could do things, but it always felt off. Like I was putting the wrong amount of power in things, or I was being too slow. But then once I guess for lack of a better word, gave it what it wanted, it felt like harmony. You're not telling me that you haven't made sacrifices to be what you are now? No sunlight? No food? Constant nocturnal being? Do you know what? In the grand scheme of things, me losing my sight when I don't have a sword near me? Do you know what? I still think I've got the better deal here.
You're a fucking asshole, do you know that?
I have been called that several times.
Fuck you.
I love you too, Valerian. No. Feels weird. You crying over me. I'm not gonna lie. It used to be the other way around.
You're my little sister. What do you expect?
I'm not going anywhere. Don't you
know
realize?
that.
What would take me?
Anything.
If Mother tries to abduct me, I can just cut her to pieces and take her head off. If any of her goons try, they can get stabbed in the heart. I'm a grown-up now. I can make choices, even if they are admittedly batshit. Crazy.
You are prepared to kill Mother.
Yeah, I think I am.
Why?
Because I'm fed up of being a puppet for Mother. Why do I have to be an instrument in her grand plan? In her scheme, in her desires? You're lucky, Valerian. You left. You pulled yourself out of that pit and out of her orbit. I didn't get that luxury. And while, yes, Sweet Mother did shield me from some of it, for the most part, Athena did what she wanted. Molded me into what she needed. A tool. Heck, it wouldn't surprise me if she'd set all this up in some stupid way that, you know, send the sword here, then send me there a few years later, and just hope that I might grab it and all of this might happen, so that way I get some sort of super divine power and she can use that to, you know, dispatch people who look at her funny. I wouldn't put it past her. We're all just puppets on a string to her. And I, for one, are fucking done with it. You know, you really need to thank that. You really need to thank Leto.
Why?
Because last night I was going to drive down to Dover in that car, and I was going to pretty much, well, I don't know what I was going to do. I don't know, maybe drive the car directly into theirs. But I was ready to go do something then. And Leto just gave a laugh and was like, no, it's better to do it here, where we have the home advantage. I get you not wanting to, Valerian, I do. But I want to. This is your house, so it's your rules. And if you want to go another way with it, I'm more than happy to.
I can't watch you die.
I'm not going to die.
You don't know that.
I can see what she's going to do before she does it. I just need you to let me get close. And I'm fed up of not seeing anything. Give me a second. She just like waves her arm and just pulls the sword out of Dom's hand.
From like your room, you hear just loud swearing, and just like a shout, like Cass.
And she puts it down next to her, so it's only like by her side. Sits up. You can see like the white mist has come back over her eyes again. There you go. Oh god, you really have got to stop crying, Valerian. Red on white does not go well together.
You suck. I hate
Only
you.
on red velvet cake. That's the only thing red and white works on. Everything else, it just looks a bit tacky.
I hope you die, actually. Sick fuck.
You know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Besides, this is a new thing for me. There's things about this sword I don't know. things I maybe need to learn. I'm intrigued to know how it works. Is it a vampiric thing? Is it an ancient magic thing?
I don't like it.
Oh, I don't either. I find it all absurd. But life just gave me a wild card. I would be an idiot to just surrender it. We both know that we both have traits of mother. We're both stubborn. If we disagree, neither of us are going to yield.
He walks over to the door.
None of this is your fault.
You go ahead and sit with that, Cass. I'm gonna go sit with mine. And he walks out. And he walks towards the firing range, looking to take a walk down the tracks.
Awesome.
I think when he walks out and starts heading towards the firing range, that's when Leto comes back down the stairs. She's carrying a bag and she's just kind of humming to herself, and she's like, "Oh, Valerian, where's your sister?"
Sitting on the hospital bed.
"Oh, okay." And she's gonna head off to that direction.
And so does he.
Yeah, Cass is still sitting in hospital bed, sword by her side, sort of looking at the environment around her.
"Hello."
Oh, hey, where have you been? You've missed all the fun.
"I brought you food."
Now, you see, that's what I really want in life right now is food. I'm not meaning that in a harsh way. I mean, I literally want food. Like, give me the bag, please.
It's Korean.
Ooh, okay. Okay, this is new. So she goes to it.
I'll go get you some cutlery.
You may have to pick it up off the floor. I think I heard Valerian throwing it around.
Oh. She'll go to the kitchen and she'll be gone for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, because when you get in there, I forgot about that. When you get in there, it's not just like the cutlery is on the floor. The counter has been ripped, like it has been ripped in the shape of the drawer that has been ripped out, basically. And so there's also wood splinters across, so you might want to be careful.
Yeah, okay. So she's in there for about half an hour.
Yeah, like Cass is just sort of sitting there, like looking at the food, like I really want to eat this. And it's just like she just tries to use her fingers to try and eat like some of it while she's waiting. Like picks up the blade for a minute. It's like I just like use this to like, but like realizes it's too long. And just like literally just sitting there waiting patiently like a puppy for Leto to come back.
I imagine if Valerian's gone to the shooting range, does he start shooting at any point?
No, he is taking a walk down the train tracks. Actually, he's gone proper into the tunnels. Trying to stay away from stations, so he's trying to take the roads less occupied, or the tracks less occupied, I guess. And mostly going towards like the ones that aren't being used at this point in time.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, she's gone for the full 30. Eventually, she manages to kind of snap out of it. She picks up some cutlery, gives it a rinse, brings it back to Cass, hands it over.
Food. Finally.
Here you go.
I did Valerian? Do you get to like buy new ones? Did Valerian trash them all?
No, they're in the kitchen.
Then why did it? You know what? I'm not going to ask. I have a favor. Because you're Lita.
To ask or to give?
To give. What's his name?
Valerian?
No, Dom. That was it. The one, that guy. The one who's supposed to be my bodyguard, who is completely failing in that duty. Anyway, said that you can like disappear into shadows and not be seen by people.
Right.
I have a theory about my newly acquired ability.
Eating Korean food?
Yes, it's an amazing new thing that I've been trying. No, the sword. I realize you've not been here.
Oh, I recognize that.
Yeah, it turns out that if I touch it, it binds to me.
Through blood?
Yes.
Is that why you're so messy?
Yeah, it's been a rough hour. I think I pissed Valerian off.
Well,
so I can see things before they're about to happen. And I also can't see any shadows. So my theory is that if you disappear into shadows, I'll still be able to see you.
interesting.
I'm also really good with the sword now.
And why are you telling me this?
Because I'm sure everyone here would have told you anyway. Isn't that what like friends do? But yeah, Valerian thinks I made a stupid choice. Even though, to be fair, he was the one who was telling me to focus on, letting me see him while I was in that realm, and like that's what caused me to go too far. But I'm not. I don't think this is really the time for me to be, blaming Valerian. He looks pretty pissed. I think I can kill my mother with this.
Well, in theory, most people can kill your mother with a sword.
Okay. Hadn't thought of that. But I don't know. I'm confused. I'm just trying to learn what this does, like what the limits this is.
Did you say Dom was here?
Yeah, Dom's around. Somewhere.
Dom's still looking for Marcus. I don't know where Marcus is, but I mean, if he can't find him, he'll just sit and text him and be like, hey, like, you know, where you at? Got a job for you. Yeah.
Like, yeah, like Dom's around, and Valerian's pissed, and I'm confused.
And hungry, and have a sword.
Yes. Please don't take the sword.
Why? What happens?
Take it. I'll show you.
Or you could just tell me.
Fine. I wanted to do the trick where I called it back, but fine. If I'm like away from the sword, I go blind.
Oh.
If I keep it near me, I can see in this weird new reality.
Right. So, you think you can kill your mother because you have a sword?
I mean, admittedly, a really, really magical sword by the looks of it.
That completely disables you if you take it away?
Yes, but in theory, because I know what she's going to do before she does it, I could then move to avoid the things she does, thereby meaning she could never get the sword out of my hand.
If I was to take the sword now,
Mhm.
and then hit you in the temple with the pommel, and you were unconscious, now you are both blind and unconscious and without a sword.
I mean, yes, but in theory, I would know that you're going to grab the sword, so I could stop it.
In theory.
Yes. Yeah.
Leto is going to go to her, and she's going to lean in, and her full intention is to lean in and kiss her. And as she does so, she's going to take the sword.
You lean in. You... I am just looking at... Damn! Sometimes I like D&D because D&D is so fucking simple. It's sleight of hand. What would be? It's going to be dexterity. Athletics. I mean, larceny is technically theft.
Stealth sounds like it'd be right. It's a similar kind of vibe, I guess.
Yeah, give me dexterity stealth. Against her dexterity awareness, which is very, very high when she's holding this sword. Difficulty 4.
I got 5 successes.
Her hand lashes out at the last moment to try and grab your wrist, but you just feel her fingers brush against you, but the grip doesn't quite tighten as you grab the sword.
Yeah. I mean, she still kisses her, but she manages to take the sword as well.
Yeah. How
and
far
then-
away are you moving?
Only a step.
You take a step back. That white mist over her eyes is now gone. And she's not
Interesting.
saying anything. Okay. You've proven your point.
Have I?
I was a little too slow. Just because I know something's happening doesn't mean I'm fast enough to react to it.
Not necessarily about speed, but
I knew you were going to take the sword.
did you?
Well, yes, that's why I reached out to try and grab your wrist.
Okay.
Just, you were quicker. Now, I'll take that back, thank you.
Of course. And she'll place it next to her.
Before you get
Enjoy
a
your
chance
meal.
to place it, just hold at her right hand, and it just dematerializes out of Lito's hands and straight into her right hand.
She'll blink a couple of times and then be like, interesting. Enjoy your meal. And then she'll leave.
I will. There's a... I'm not going to make you roll insight for it at all. There is a look of worrying on her face, as you may have just shown her a slight problem. And she doesn't quite know how to reconcile it with what's going on in her head right now. But she's going to eat her food. She'll eat away. Is Lito going anywhere else?
She'll go to talk to Dom, but I think we can save that for
Yeah.
next session.
Yeah, let's save that for our next one.
The Valerian, excuse me, is tunnel splunking around the tubes. I mean, Cass has got Korean food, so there's some, some positives.
Fuck off.
You know?
Yeah, you can look at the bright side, right?
Look,
Oh,
look,
shut up.
I can't see anymore, but I do have food, so.
God,
No.
this jajangmyeon is. This cheese kimbap. God, makes me
Lito-
forget that I'm blind.
Lito just keeps casually taking the sword every 5 minutes or so, so she has to call it back. So she can start seeing where to use the fork. Stop blinding yourself. Stop blinding yourself. No. We will be back next Sunday. As we dive back into whatever the shit show this is.
So glad I'm back. I didn't cause any trouble at all.
No,
None
of
whatsoever.
course.
Yeah, it's
Welcome back, Dom.
And honestly, Valerian should just told Dom there was an issue.
Fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, that's why you tell people things.
That's why you don't do things behind my back. God.
There's a
This is
reason it was
so-
locked.
I mean, Dom just thought that, because of family heirloom, that, Valerian was just being precious about it. Which would
And,
suit him.
Dom's taken it out numerous times to have a swing with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like it's a toy.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
with you, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
God.
Well, you wouldn't
Uh.
expect there to be a magical sword, so Because
I
in his
mean-
opinion, if it had been magical, like Valerian, I'd feel like Valerian wouldn't have let him use it. So, or like he feel like if it was anything up a bit. So yeah, no problem. No problem at all.
Fantastic. No,
And with Dom's lower humanity, he doesn't care as much about the consequences of his actions.
I still
Goodbye.
can't believe that Leto is the highest humanity vampire hero.
Yeah, that is so funny.
I can't actually. Now that I've gotten to know
Because
her more.
she went out, she went to go check on the car, got rid of any like tracking on it, and then she went out into Camden to reconnect with the people in Camden again. Like she's constantly just like out and
Yeah.
about. Like everyone else
Yeah.
is like so locked into their own little universes that they're not actually engaging with like humanity.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's true. It's
Yep,
true.
they're so obsessed with the thing in front of them, they can't think of the thing outside of them.
Yeah. She'll be more like Leto as a takeaway from this.
Just terrible.
It's the most toxic take. No.
It's terrible.
Just in really bad cursive font, be more Leto.
Like
You
she's
know-
actively feeding on his sister just because she's in the building.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
And
if you
hey-
think about being like Leto, do something else.
yeah, yeah.
Do anything else.
It's even easier
Literally
now because
anything else.
you can feed when she's awake now. All you've got to do is just take the sword away and then be like, right, now you can't see what's going on.
We can feel what's going on.
Yeah, I was to say,
Yes,
yeah.
but like, you know.
Years ago.
Yes, we do.
Or yes.
I
alright.
I have loved this. Thank you so much for this.
Fuck you.
Yeah. We'll be back next Sunday. We'll pick all this up. We'll see what happens and see how everyone reacts to Cass being more Cass. So until next Sunday, be safe, take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.